Hello and welcome. I'm Pam Musser, and welcome to day 20 out of the 40 days that I have been reading 1 Corinthians 13. If you're just joining in, welcome. And if anyone that's listening could please just share this message with one person, it will change lives. I know it will. Hey, today I want to talk about balance and faith. Balance and faith. I have to confess that in my walk with Christ, there have been times where I have been an extremist, and it gets you nowhere. It pushes people away, as a matter of fact. So, balance for me has been a journey. And I think it's because I've searched so much. I'm just always trying to figure things out. Because of my search for balance, I have experienced so much joy in my life and a much better understanding of what God's world is all about. And it's all for us. There's so much good out there. I have written in my notes some of the resources that have just inspired me and helped me get this point of view and to also see the value in it. The first one is the Dictionary Thesaurus. I can't tell you how many times I've taken for granted words. For example, I was reading 1 Corinthians 5:17, which says, "Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. Old things have passed away. Behold, all things become new." Okay, so what does new mean? You think you know what that means. It means new, right? Well, it means unused. It means fresh. It means novel. Isn't that lovely? So I resort to a thesaurus frequently. The other resource that helped me so much is called a book called The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. Oh boy, that opens up your eyes. It helps you become unblocked and recall your dreams. What is it that you've blocked? What is it that the world has pushed aside? We have responsibilities. And because of that, many times we forget about our heart. So this is where you want to start. It just goes through all the garbage and clears a path for you to begin dreaming. Havilah Cunnington at Truth to Table. She's hilarious. She's a delight and just tells it like it is. Rhythms of for Life podcast by Rebekah and Gabe Lyons. Oh my gosh, they have got such a following, and they're people from all walks of life. They cover the importance of faith. They cover the importance of creativity, of fun, of rest, of community. It's just so fantastic. There's also Bolz. Shawn Bolz podcast is about exploring the prophetic. Shawn Bolz is located in Hollywood. He's big on arts and entertainment, and he interviews all these amazing people in the arts and entertainment world, as well as politicians, people that are in the mix in DC that offer such a clean perspective about both sides, Democrat, Republican, both sides of the spectrum here. He also explores the marketplace. Now, okay. If you want the absolute truth and really begin learning about the Bible, there is Jerry and Kimberly Dearman, and they are at The Rock, which is a Foursquare church, and I've got the link there. And he makes it so clear it's amazing. It's such an education to listen to him. And once again, he's balanced and he tells the truth, you know. Then there is one other thing that I resort to, and it's an app. It's called YouVersion Bible app, and it's free. This is a daily study, if you'd like. It's audio. It's about prayer. And the studies are very, very short. They can be 1 to 2 days. They can be 3 days, 5 days, 2 weeks. You can invite friends if you would like to do it along with someone. And it's very simple. It's not time consuming, and it gets you thinking correctly right away. It's very, very good. So that's what I have to talk about today. I pray all of you receive balance today and lots of joy because of it. Don't forget to tell one person about this message. And I'm going to read from the Amplified Version today. All righty. 1 Corinthians 13. If I can speak in the tongues of men and even of angels, but have not love, that reasoning, intentional, spiritual devotion, such as is inspired by God's love for and in us, I am only a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. And if I have prophetic powers, the gift of interpreting the divine will and purpose, and understand all the secret truths and mysteries, and possess all knowledge, and if I have sufficient faith so that I can remove mountains, but have not God's love in me, I'm nothing, a useless nobody. Now that's powerful. A useless nobody. Even if I dole out all that I have to the poor in providing food, and if I surrender my body to be burned, or in order that I may glory, but have not love, God's love in me, I gain nothing. Love endures long and is patient and kind. Love never is envious nor boils over with jealousy, is not boastful or vainglorious, does not display itself haughtily. It is not conceited, arrogant, and inflated with pride. It is not rude, unmannerly, and does not act unbecomingly. Love, God's love in us, does not insist on its own right or its own way, for it is not self-seeking. It is not touchy or fretful or resentful. It takes no account of the evil done to it. It pays no attention to suffered wrongs. It does not rejoice at injustice and unrighteousness, but rejoices when right and truth prevail. Love bears up under anything and everything that comes, is ever ready to believe the best of every person. Its hopes are fatalist under all circumstances, and it endures everything without weakening. Love never fails, never fades out, or becomes obsolete, or comes to an end. As for prophecy, the gift of interpreting the divine will and purpose, it will be fulfilled and pass away. As for tongues, they will be destroyed and cease. As for knowledge, it will pass away. It will lose its value and be superseded by truth. For our knowledge is fragmentary, incomplete, and imperfect. And our prophecy, our teaching is fragmentary, incomplete, and imperfect. But when the complete and perfect total comes, the incomplete and imperfect will vanish away, become antiquated, void, and superseded. When I was a child, I talked like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. Now that I have become a man, I am done with childish ways and have put them aside. For now, we are looking in a mirror that gives only a dim, blurred reflection of reality, as in a riddle or enigma. But then, when perfection comes, we shall see in reality and face to face. Excuse me. We shall, let's see, I lost my place. In reality, okay, sorry about that. For now, we are looking in a mirror that gives only a dim, blurred reflection of reality, as in a riddle or an enigma. But then, when perfection comes, we shall see in reality and face to face. Now, I know in part, imperfectly, but then I shall know and understand fully and clearly, even in the same manner as I have been fully and clearly known and understood by God. And so, faith, hope, love abide. Faith, conviction, and belief respecting man's relation to God and divine things. Hope, joyful and confident expectations of eternal salvation. Love, true affection for God and man, growing out of God's love for and in us. These three, but the greatest of these is love. Thank you so much for joining in. If you could give me a thumbs up on YouTube or Facebook, comment, share with one person, and start changing the world. That's what it's about. So thank you for joining in. Peace.